We get ourselves into the bottom right corner. The blue Protoss player is MaxPax. And he takes on the red Zerg in the bottom left-hand side, Dark. Can Dark step it up today? Like I said, last time I saw him, I wasn't that impressed by Dark. And I really do not say that lightly. It really was not a good showing. His builds didn't work. His timings were off. There was just a lot of stuff that just wasn't going his way at all. It's like people can have bad days, right? People can have off days. People can have off games. But like, it really felt like a big off day, right? Where it was just like, oh, you know, like everything he did just looked a little bit shy, a little sloppy. The games were not close. Okay, and the assimilator coming up, the probe popping through, drone still building. I have that overlord coming overhead on the natural as well. And the gate and the assimilator coming through too. Probe continues to come out. This drone's going to move up into the natural and potentially hatchery block the Nexus, so that's going to be the plan from Dark here early on. Dark's like, you don't like what I've been doing, Wardy? How about this? Going to throw MaxPax off his game with this hatchery block. Try and throw him off his build and maybe do something a little bit funky and a little bit different here to get this one underway. Alright, Dark, I appreciate it. I like it. Let's see, MaxPax has the good response here. Just pulls the probes instantly. The sooner you get rid of this, the less of a concern it really is. This is a bigger concern when you let this get up and a queen spawns and all of that kind of stuff as well. This is going to be cancelled. Obviously, the probes still lose mining time, but obviously it's an investment from Dark as well. He has those 300 minerals invested onto that location, or 275. I know how much a hatchery costs nowadays, guys. 275 minerals kind of invest in that location for a few seconds, and then obviously that money can't be spent elsewhere for a little while at the same time. So there is an investment there from Dark. As you know, obviously he cancels, you get most of the money back. But it still is a slowdown on what could have been, you know, minerals spent elsewhere a little bit sooner instead, right? So something to keep note of as we make our way over and through for a couple of moments. Again, link speed, the lings, the queens, continue to come about just for now. That adept going to be chrono boosted out at the gateway as well, so we continue to bring that straight into play. Okay, ling's going to pop out and go after said adept as well. There's all going to be right there also as we play a little bit of chase'ems. Adept and Zart together, just going to continue to come by, and the few lings are going to go over, chasing that adept down. Queen is going to be there, the couple lings are going to be there. Continue to chase the adept, it will shade up, move elsewhere. Stargate's still coming through as well. Out on the Nexus, out on the Warp Gate, and a couple of units are still going to keep pressuring. Dark should know that this is coming. Typically, you're going to make an extra unit or two to help cancel that hatchery, right? You know, especially the Zealot at first, so he shouldn't be surprised by these units arriving. It's a very common follow-up when the Zerg player has thrown a hatchery down on your natural. So yeah, he handles this well. No issues at the moment, as the Oracle still chrono boosting on out at the Stargate. Bring that online. Gonna bring the queen back, drop down a creep tumor. A couple of adepts gonna go pinging around as well. Adept coming across. The few lings are gonna go after the couple of adepts also. So again, trying to make a little bit of extra something happen here for a moment or two. And the Oracle out, that's going to give MaxPax some of his real control throughout these early stages of the game. So this Oracle of MaxPax can come across the map here. The Warp Gate's still coming up, a couple of probes in the gateway coming online as well. A couple lings step up onto the map, the Oracle will activate, just going to be seeing a drone, 2 drones going down already. So again, just a little bit of work done straight off the bat here. Can get a little bit of value for the moment. And we still have that fire council building on through. We had on the gateway, we had on the Nexus, all of that coming up for now. Continue to bring that by. Little revelation into the main base, going to tag the last. You get a little bit of an idea of the timing of that. I don't think it's going to tell you too much because the revelation isn't going to last long enough for you to see exactly when it finishes, but the general time you get to spot there is reasonable. So you know it's on the way, so you know it's not just like a hatchery tech all in most likely, unless this was like some kind of fake out that we were trying to pull off. So, you know, those kind of confirmations go a long way as well. They can do a lot for you too. Some other benefits to think on as that Zergling keeps on patrolling. Well, Queen's going to be there, hitting the Oracle as well. And still got the Let and the Roach drone both coming online. Two more drones coming up. The Overlord's on the way. Okay, we wait for the +1 blink to both come through, so we get those upgrades up and running. Stalkers and the Oracle moving through the middle of the map. Infestation Pit in production. Add on some roaches, the +1 missiles, and roach speed. All a part of this currently from Dark as we have our Infestation Pit continue to come online. Now we're going to get rid of a couple of creep tumors here already. So a little bit of cleanup straight away, so a little bit of damage done. Again, the Stalkers and the Oracle still coming about. Just continue to move through then. Infestation Pit going to come through with the nydus network, so we might be seeing the Swarm Host here from Dark as he gets set up the next little bit still. There we go, Swarm Host indeed on the way, so Dark going to try and play that Swarm Host style. It's going to keep MaxPax pinned back. It's going to make MaxPax have to trade very slowly. Generally, this lets the Zerg kind of, you know, take the map a little bit. The Protoss can't expand as easily as too many positions to play defense on. Right now, though, MaxPax already has a good bit of momentum, and is there something here if MaxPax can push through? I mean, that'd be wild. Obviously, a lot of Dark's investment right now is going to be in the Swarm Host, so it's a little bit of a concern. Let's just have the Stalkers coming about, a couple more shots coming through still. Lots of roaches on the way. Here come the first Locust into the main base, so that's going to be a big factor. The roaches and queens keep themselves positioned on defense. MaxPax has nothing in this main. He's going to have to just pull the probes. We're going to nydus into the main base. Not sure what his plan is there as he hits the probes. Going to turn for the Nexus. Do we have the damage for that? Yes, we do. Nexus goes down, so there you go. Dark, a successful start because MaxPax is unprepared for this. Oh, well, that's actually a little bit exciting then for sure. As we see, MaxPax going to be loving that one. Having to rebuild his Nexus. Finally cleans up these niduses. But yeah, no main base for a while. MaxPax going to sit there thinking, God damn it. How did I let him get so behind me? And he didn't really achieve much with the Stalkers pressure on the other side either. So yeah. MaxPax shaking his head, I imagine, at that, as this has definitely gone a little bit wrong, as you see these storms going to pop up again. It's going to go straight down. They hit the stasis ward. Obviously, you're hitting Stalkers that are blinking backwards, so don't love the commitment there, but sometimes there's only so much you can really do. Just going to have our stasis wards continue to try and catch and do a bit more, as the Roach Ravager will bully forward, aiming for that Cyber Core. We see the Storm on the way, but if we could get in and break down the Temple Archives, that would be a massive kill. Because getting rid of the Temple Archives right now is something that then keeps your opponent from reaching a defense against those Swarm Hosts in the future. So that would be a massive bonus if we could get there. Storm's still coming online. We continue to bring that up for the moment. Stalker's still blinking about. The Roach Ravager are going to be there too, as we have our +2 attack upgrade coming in. +2 missiles coming in also. Those logos are going to pop. Just going to start dropping down. As you see the logos dropping down again. Stalker's getting hit. Oh, the stasis is so good. It actually really protects you there as MaxPax. Without that stasis, those Stalkers potentially end up surrounded, and that might be a fight that develops into something much more serious. Lings pull back. They deal with those Zealots, and that looks as though this portion of harassment will be dealt with here. A bit of the Stalker Archon still gathering together. Gonna see a couple more corrosive vials coming down. The roach is still getting turned the other way. Loca's going to jump straight in towards the Nexus here again, so that's going to be another kill. So the main base goes down a second time. That's really good consistent damage here from Dark. He is continuing to keep MaxPax in a difficult position to advance from. This is definitely going to be a little bit of a struggle, as without that main Nexus, you're going to end up in some trouble. Stalkers, Archons, the High Templars gathering together. We do see the Hive coming through. The Hydra Den still building up. Couple of corrosive vials dropping down. One of the Stalkers getting hit. We will see the Roach Ravager going to get a good catch on some of these Stalkers as well. Going to find a few of those that are just out of position already. We're able to get a jump on. And we continue to trade. Can we get rid of some of the final tech units here? That Morphing Archon would be nice. The other Archon's low shields already. There's a lot of just... We're very close to finishing up on a lot of units. If we don't get any of them, it'd be kind of sad. We got one of the Archons as Dark has Swarm Host ready to go again down through the bottom side of the map. Advancing forward as we speak, as the Swarm Host is going to pop their Locusts. They're going to pop into the skies. A couple of those Locusts drop straight down onto some of these Stalkers. Now the rest of the Locusts looking to do their thing. Storm's coming about. The nydus will evacuate the Swarm Host away so they get protected. They will get away without issue. The rest of the Roach is still to the upper right side. A gateway going down as well. Just for the moment here. Those Roaches are going to continue to hit our probies, so a little bit more damage done as well. Just going to see the Roaches continue to shoot. The Zealots are going to take some more damage. The Archon going to be taking some shots also. Go back and forth. Groove Spines about to finish up from Dark, who's trying to transition in towards the Lurkers from this. Despite everything that Dark has done, MaxPax is going to survive through this set of attacks, and MaxPax is going to be able to play into a later stage of this game. That was obviously not a guarantee based on what we were seeing originally. There's a nice bounce back. Definitely helps you out as MaxPax here in this game, puts you in a much better position than what we had previously. Well, that said, it's not like Dark's army's not been going anywhere, though. He has been making the most of this timing window, right? He has been setting up into the Lurkers, so there will be that factor. The Locusts get another 16, 18 probes here. The Ravager on the top goes down. We have units on the map right now. It's still actually Roach Ravager Swarm Host, but he has the tech in place, the structures in place to move into like a Lurker-based army if he does so wish. So that is an option for him that's available right now, that's already out there. As our Roach is just going to come through. Just going to hit a couple of those Zealots. It's apparently just going to be too much. MaxPax cannot keep on holding on, and Dark is going to get himself game one. Never needed the transition to the Lurkers. Game number 2, and down a map in the bottom left-hand side will be the blue Protoss player MaxPax, who just kind of had his game plan ruined and shut down at every point of that previous matchup. Can he get himself on the board here today with a score in this game 2 against Dark, the Red Zerg, who... this group would get very interesting very quickly. If the winner's match is Dark Trigger, Kira MaxPax are playing for elimination, like my goodness, would not have predicted that one. Like I said, Trigger Academy came in still as a dark horse despite good recent performances, but 2-0 Kira, that's huge, and yeah, that winner's match is looking delightful right now. This whole group's looking delightful. I mean, I honestly think the level of competition we've got in this tournament is really just up there. It's very fun to watch. Super exciting stuff. Dark, the dark horse. No. Trigger's the dark horse. Dark's not the dark horse. Dark can always pop out a win. Like, the thing is, even if we feel like Dark is not quite as good as he used to be, unless the group is like Clem, Cyril, MaxPax or something, like, even then I don't know if Dark's a dark horse in a group like that, you know? When someone has established the history of winning, it's very difficult to think of them no longer as a winner, you know? Like, even if they're not as good as they used to be, it's, like I say, it's very difficult to ever state that they're not a winner anymore, right? So, yeah, Dark is always going to have that aura around him. Game 2. And we're on Amygdala. There's a little bit of confusion on the maps. MaxPax was trying to pick a map that Dark had vetoed and so on, so that just took a moment or so. Had to be sorted, but obviously very easily fixed, no real big issue. Coming about, I'm just going to see a couple of drones coming over as well. Adept getting going. Next is building. Link speed at Queens, drones all being added on as well. Just going to get a lot of that brought into play here. And that Stargate coming through at the probes, at the Stalker, at the warp gates. Get a little bit of all of that underway for the moment as the link speed continues to come online. Again, Stargate will finish in a moment or two. Is Clem on place to win the World Championship again? He's going to be a contender, but I don't think Clem's going to be a clear favorite. Hero has absolutely had Clem's number a little bit here and there lately. You know? Cyril has shown he can absolutely take on Clem lately. Those guys are the front runners. And then you're always going to have, you know, Raynor always matches up very well against Clem as well when he's in shape. Obviously, we don't really think of Raynor right now because he's not really been practicing, or we haven't really seen him much, so... But, you know, never doubt his ability to kind of get back in shape and ready to play some StarCraft 2 when the highest of stakes are on the board, so... Yeah, I would say, definitely... Yeah, Clem's a favorite, but it's nowhere near, like, a... I wouldn't say he's, like, the favorite, even. I think it'd be very hard. Like, he might be the favorite because he's the defending champ, and that's merely based on the fact he won it last year, more so than how it is right now, you know? Couple things get turned away. The Lair's still coming up. The Oracle get turned around. The Queen's going to be there to push that Oracle away now as the Twilight Counts and the Gateways continue to build on in. Just get that coming up. Being brought straight through. All in a moment. Again, the extra gates coming online. The Nexus coming online as well. It's going to be there. Again, a few drones coming back the other way. Forging the gates coming about. The Nexus still very much so in production at the moment. The Oracle continues around. 7 drones killed. Dark has not exactly had a very successful early few minutes. Not ideal. Puts him in a rough spot. I mean, the more economy you lose now, the tougher it's going to be to hold on against the Protoss Diamonds a bit further down the line, right? So, definitely getting into a bit of a weird place here for Dark already. Oh, he's just going Link Queen Nydus. Okay. So that's Dark's approach. Super aggressive. Just going to look to come in for a kill ASAP. I guess we're just going to Nydus to the front and just get the Queens there, and then, like I say, basically just make it a Link Queen attack. Just with a fast transport across the map for those Queens to be in position nice and easily, nice and early. Ling's getting chased away, obviously, there. Kind of the thing that's meant to provide you the vision to Nydus. Oh, the Oracle just didn't see that Ling / Nydus coming up, so we're going to be out of position here, Dark. Obviously, Blink is not done yet, so you're potentially going to have to use a recall to pull back. Uh-oh. There's a few Stalkers. I think MaxPax has just seen it, but it's going to be too late to deny the Nydus is coming up already. Stalkers are going to recall there. The Queens are popping out. Creep Tumor will go down so we can start to advance further forward as well. Bring that straight through for the moment. And still going to go pushing. Trying to attack on through. Here we have, obviously, the defenses being made. You get yourself the stasis wards coming down, and so these Stalkers have to hold that wall a little bit. As just don't know if we have enough firepower here as Dark. A few more Lings are going to pull out the Nydus. Super scared about that stasis on this bottom side. It's going to catch quite a few of the Lings. The Queens holding up the natural, but that's about all that's going on at the moment. Nydus network gets transfused to stay alive. I think we just got too many Stalkers, though. And again, Stalkers are the kind of units which are able to trade so efficiently, especially when they're back home playing defensively and able to sit tight and hold on and everything. Feels like a very impossible task here for Dark to break through. He's going to the Hydra Den. He clearly understands that this game is not going to be going his way. So he's going to back away from the aggression and try and find a way out. But I think that's being extremely hopeful as well. I think that's also just an unrealistic expectation currently. So I'm going to go ahead and say that is not quite the win that Dark wants it to be. Moving into Hydras here definitely is a Hail Mary. Let's hope MaxPax screws something up more so than a... you know, this was part of the master plan. But this might be part of the master plan if he killed another 20 workers and maybe shut the base down a little while, killed a few more units. You know, it's a follow-up that then you can't really, you know, kill off or stop, but that's not what this is at this point, plain and simple. That is not what this is. The Queen's come across, the Oracle just going to get chased away. Obviously, losing those 7 drones earlier, I wonder how impactful that was as well. I wonder how many more units he maybe could have had if the initial defense was that little bit cleaner as well. Because this obviously looked kind of doomed from the start, unfortunately. Doctor's going to say GG. He is clearly understanding that this game is out of reach, as we are going to go to game. Momentarily consider using your Prime subs, also actually free. But obviously you can give subs, regular subs on Twitch. There's the YouTube membership system as well. Most importantly, there is the Patreon page. On the Patreon, you can support, and 100% of pledges on the Patreon will go directly into StarCraft 2 tournament prize money. So if you want to see more tournaments, if you want to see the players supported, having events to play and good prize pools to play for, please check out the Patreon. That's patreon.com/WardiTV. Not only do we guarantee that everything we get from you from there goes into the prize pool, we will make sure that any transaction fees lost along the way will also be added to a prize pool. So if you put $10 in, $10 will go into the pockets of StarCraft 2 players. That is a guarantee on the Patreon page. It's something we're stressing a lot. I do think there's a lot of importance in getting the players as good prize pools as possible to play with. Help them, you know, support. Because believe it or not, we would not have much StarCraft to watch if the players were not here. So I think it's very important to support them. So check that out. And thank you for listening to my little bit of a solid spiel, as MaxPax is in the top right of Ultra Love for Game 3, and in the bottom left, our Blue Zerg will be Dark. That's your Edge Crusher 77. Thank you for the Prime sub. Supreme IRM. Thank you so much for the Prime sub as well. And Mana with the 22-month resub on the Prime. Wardy the GOAT. Thank you so much, Mana. You're the GOAT, really. I'm ready for you to win the WardiTV 2025 Championship. I know you just bided your time. You didn't want to qualify too easily. You wanted to keep it tense for the fans. Good guy, Mana. Good guy, Mana. Hatchery across the map, by the way, from Dark. So same as what we saw in Game 1, sorry. As I'm looking over at the chat and not at the fact that there's a hatchery coming down. So yeah, hatchery over here gets placed already. And that's just going to be, like I say, it's a plan to the first game. I wonder how much of that MaxPax really feels like this affects him. Or how much Dark feels as though this actually really did for him in that first game. I wouldn't say it did too much for him or anything. So yeah, wasn't super crazy. Wasn't bad either, right? So we'll see what happens. Let's just continue through. Drone going to go back and forth there. The hatch still coming up and online. We got ourselves the pool coming about as well. As the Nexus and the Assimilator continue to build, we get all of that coming through. Does it ever make sense to make a Zealot and pull fewer probes? I think there's just like two... Like you can pull fewer probes, but I mean, you kind of want to build a Zealot anyway sometimes, because then you can counterattack. It's about the speed at which you kind of knock it down, though. The problem is if you build the Zealot, I think typically the hatch can finish, and if you don't pull probes at all, a hatch can finish and a queen can come out, and the worst thing that can happen is a creep tumor goes down in your base. Because if a creep tumor ever comes down, you are not taking that base for a long time because you have no detection. So the probes is just like a fastest possible shutdown. It doesn't throw you too far off the build. It's a good trade-off for how much the Zerg is investing. So I think it's the most efficient way to play cleanup. You do sometimes see like less probes and then, like they say, the Zealot, but it plays a bit of a bigger risk. And usually you have other plans kind of along the way if you kind of plan that. I mean, sometimes some people go like 2 gates with that, and then you can actually go like 2 Zealots, 2 Adepts across the map and hit a pretty powerful little kind of like timing in that timing window there as well. So there are other ways to do it. There are other ways to look at it, but I think the pro pull is the has been just kind of figured out. I mean, some players probably have a preference as well, but I think most players will say that the Probe was just the most figured out kind of easiest way to kind of get it done. So a few drones went down there. Some MaxPax already finding some counter damage, though. It's not something that really happened the first time around for Dark, so that is MaxPax able to strike in and maybe slow Dark down a little bit. That's some drones he's going to have to find the time to rebuild into that he was not initially having to find time to rebuild into, right? Lings coming about, a little bit of a cancel on the pylon. Lings turn back away. Again, Queen, drones, Overlord continue to come about. Adept coming over, might actually be in some trouble. Those Lings wrap around it. The Nexus did go down. Adept was fine. The Oracle was there as well, which obviously makes it kind of a difficult continued commitment to go for. Queen going to be there. Oracle gets pushed back the other way. Extra gates coming down. The Twilight Council building as well. Get those two extra gates still just coming up here from MaxPax. So again, those gateways coming online. The Nexus coming through. It's going to be there, and the Oracle is going to get shoved away once again, so back the other direction for the moment. The Stalker's going to go pinging, the Overlord will take some shots, and will go down, so the Overlord gets cleaned up right here. Lings, the Graining Nest, the hatchery continue to come through as well. A couple Oracles gathering up overhead, and just seeing. Again, the Blink coming through, a couple Stalkers coming up. The Ling's going to try and get there for the Stalkers. The Stalkers will turn the Lings away. So MaxPax gets to start pushing, and we have ourselves Dark, who is already supply blocked as well. Really feel like this game is getting away from Dark very slowly but surely. He's trying to get to a melee upgrade here. Staceward will commit, and that's going to be nice, catching a few of those Lings already. Lings will step up. Going to be seeing a couple of those Lings chasing through. And the rest of the Lings will continue to come by. Staceward's going to finish up the next couple of moments as well, so we'll get that all settled in. Just going to be seeing a few probes dropping down. Queens are going to be there. The Lings chasing forward as well. A couple Oracles still very much so overhead. Again, +1 charge on the way up. The melee upgrade coming through as well as we speak. Get that underway for the moment. And Lings will just chase those Stalkers back. The rest of the Stalkers coming through, hitting the Queens. MaxPax already starting to take the supply lead here. These Stalkers are going to get pushed a little bit into the corner. It's going to be an interesting moment or two, huh? Can I kill enough of these to make this overall worthwhile for Dark? I do not think so. MaxPax fighting his way right back into this matchup after the first game defeat. He's not really looked to show any sign of weakness ever since that point, right? It's just been go, go, go from him from that point on. And MaxPax really kind of dominated game 2. And right now feels like he's dominant in this game 3. Dark's going to try and whittle his way towards an infestation pit here, but I do feel like Dark is on the track of a little bit too little too late right now. Things are just not quite going the way he needs them to. As soon as he needs them to. The Zerglings continue on the other side. The Stalkers is going to go in, finish off that hatchery. The few Lings are still trying to chase across as well. Stalker's still being pushed around. Things and the Queens want to come across one more time. Still got 34 more Lings coming up. The +2 melee on the way. Robo Facility will be finishing soon. The +2 attack upgrade coming out shortly. A few more Stalkers warping in as the couple of Banes going to get defended by the Stalkers blinking across. Very good defense actually there. The Queens are going to fly. We do have the other Zerglings coming back the other way. Still got our +2 attack upgrade coming through. Add on the Prism. We get that going. Looking real good at the moment. Things wrap around. A few of those Zealots are going to go down. It's a nice catch at least, as Dark cleans that up. I don't think that's going to save him in the grand scheme of things. It's going to get the Queen's going to come about. It's going to have ourselves the couple of shots coming through, and we are going to be seeing the Lings going over. Oracles coming through, a couple of probes coming about. And still got the Storm coming up as well. Give MaxPax an even more comfortable time against this army of Dark. And he's going to sit underneath the Prism for a few moments. Just going to gather up over there as well. Things moving about. A couple cannons moving around also. Just going to be seeing the probes. They get blasted by the Banes, but man, Dogs need so much more. The Queens will shoot. The Prism gets chased away. We're seeing the Storm coming down, already trying to defend against some of those Lings. Dark just trying to hang on in there, trying to make something happen in these upcoming moments, trying to get back on track. Ling's actually going to come breaking on through. Let's see how Archons and High Templars continue to come over. And it's take a couple of moments, just pushing forward straight away. Coming straight through right now. Still going to be there. The few Lings coming back around the other side as well. So bring that straight over at the moment. Just going to have ourselves this army of MaxPax has really not been looking like something we can kill for quite a substantial amount of time at this point. It's not really much else to add on to that as the +3 attack comes through, the Immortal coming in as well. And that's going to be GG's as that one is going to come to a close. And there we go. So MaxPax gets the win, and he will move into the winner's match, while on the other side